soon will be Christopher and Mary Robin.
We should be close now.
We're not going to find them.
We will. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher, we need to leave. Now.
I really need to find out what's happening there, okay?
This place is kind of cool. And did you see how it's a pool? We need to go. There's... The door is there. There's someone else outside. What was that?
Please, to be friends, why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear, I swear.
Okay, so are you ready to head back to the 100-Acre Wood?
Always ready for a bit of that honey-sweet nostalgia.
Well, this time things are going to be a little bit different.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, this trip's going to be less about honey and more about, well, let's just say things are going to get a little darker.
Interesting.
And as a deep dive regular, you probably already know all about the public domain.
Of course.
But today we're looking at how exactly it's shaking up the entertainment world.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So specifically, we're talking about how folks are reinterpreting everyone's favorite bear, Winnie-the-Pooh.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going there, huh? Winnie-the-Pooh in the public domain.
That's right. Now, this is where things get interesting. Because as beloved as the original stories are,
Right.
once they enter the public domain, it's like the floodgates open.
Yeah.
And anyone can just reimagine those characters.
He really is a kind of creative free-for-all.
Exactly. And in this case,
Yeah.
that's led to Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, yes, Blood and Honey, the one that turned the 100-Acre Wood into like a slasher film.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, can you believe it? A horror movie.
It is pretty wild.
Right. Like, you know, all those warm, fuzzy feelings you get when you think about Pooh and Piglet?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, this movie just throws those right out the window.
And how?
I mean, just imagine, if you will.
Okay.
Remember how Christopher Robin in the original stories
Mm-hmm.
grows up and heads off to college?
Right.
Well, in this version,
Yeah.
he just kind of forgets about Pooh and Piglet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they're left, you know, to fend for themselves,
Right.
and they start to starve.
Oh, gosh.
And, well, they basically become feral.
Wow.
And let's just say their solution doesn't involve asking Rabbit for some extra garden snacks.
Okay, so hold on. We've got Pooh and Piglet,
Uh-huh.
but they're feral and murderous.
That's right.
That is really like the opposite of everything we know about them.
It really is. And, you know, I think it begs the question,
What's that?
why would we want to see something so innocent turn so sinister?
That is the question, isn't it? Well, you see, this is where we get into what we call warped nostalgia horror.
Okay.
And so these films, they take things we loved as kids.
Right.
Things that are, you know, tied to feelings of safety and innocence.
Totally.
And then they just twist them into something scary. It really plays with our memories and our expectations, and that's what makes it so unsettling.
It's like going to a birthday party and seeing a clown.
Uh-huh.
But instead of being fun and silly,
Yeah,
there's something kind of creepy lurking behind that smile.
exactly. Now get this.
Okay.
Blood and Honey. Despite its low budget,
Right.
and despite its overwhelmingly negative reviews, it actually did really well at the box office.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Yeah, it grossed over $5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people that want to see Pooh with, you know, claws and stuff.
It seems so.
Wow. So the critics hated it, but audiences seem to love it.
Pretty much.
That's got to be confusing for the filmmakers.
You know, it definitely speaks to a certain fascination with this type of reimagining.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be good in the traditional sense,
Right.
but it clearly tapped into something in the audience.
For sure. For sure.
Speaking of audience fascination, guess what?
Let me guess, sequel.
You got it. Blood and Honey 2 is expected in 2024.
Oh, wow.
And guess who's entering the public domain that year?
I don't know.
Tigger.
Oh, my gosh.
So he's joining the mayhem,
Wow.
and the director has even hinted at an entire horror universe.
Oh, no.
Yeah, with Bambi and Peter Pan potentially getting the same treatment.
Hold on. Horror universe with a bloodthirsty Bambi? Now my brain is really doing flips.
That's a lot to take in, isn't it?
It really is. But this does kind of bring up a bigger question.
Okay, what's that?
Is public domain just a free pass to turn everything all dark and gritty?
That's a great question, and Blood and Honey certainly demonstrates that possibility.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that public domain works. They can be reinterpreted in so many ways.
It can lead to, more diverse and inclusive retellings.
Okay.
Adaptations that stay true to the original spirit, but add a modern twist.
So it's not necessarily about, ruining our childhoods.
Right.
It's about opening the door for different perspectives and creative interpretations.
Exactly.
Maybe even breathing new life into these classic stories, reaching new audiences in unexpected ways.
I like that.
It's kind of a fascinating paradox.
How so?
These stories that were once so closely guarded,
Yeah.
now they're free for anyone to reimagine.
It's true.
It really makes you wonder what A.A. Milne would think about Pooh as a slasher villain.
It really does make you think.
Yeah.
It raises questions about ownership and the evolution of storytelling in this digital age.
For sure.
I mean, if anyone can just reinterpret these classic characters, what does that even say about the nature of storytelling itself?
That is the question, isn't it?
It challenges our assumptions about how stories are created, how they're shared, and how they're ultimately preserved. It really is a lot to ponder.
It is.
I mean, if anyone can reinterpret these characters, where do we draw the line? What does this creative freedom mean for the future of our favorite stories?
That's a great point.
It's definitely a discussion worth continuing, and, well, maybe even a few more deep dives down the road.
I'd say so.
All right. Until next time, then.
Sounds good.